Have you ever stared at a crucial piece of video evidence, or maybe even a priceless family recording, and had that sinking realization that you couldn't actually prove exactly when it was taken? Well, welcome to this explainer. Today, we're diving into the absolute high stakes of documenting memories with total verifiable accuracy. Because let's face it, in a world where digital files can be altered in seconds, having a rock-solid, verifiable timestamp isn't just some nice-to-have bonus anymore. It's an absolute necessity.
Enter TimeMark Studio. Now, this is a highly specialized application designed specifically for legal professionals, investigators, and serious hobbyists. It's built entirely from the ground up around one thing: capturing your media with exact, undeniable temporal data. It completely focuses on integrated timestamping, basically ensuring that every single file you process contains an unshakable, permanent record of the exact moment it was created.
And that brings us right to the core motto of the brand: every moment, exactly when it happened. It's a pretty bold promise, right? TimeMark Studio isn't just slapping a string of generic text onto a video. It's promising to preserve the highly specific context of an event. It guarantees that the when and the where are locked right into the file itself. So how does it actually pull this off?
Let's look at the basic workflow, which breaks down into 3 really easy steps.
Step 1, choose your input files. You literally just drag and drop your media right in. Made a mistake? No problem, just hit reset. Step 2, choose your output folder. Just tell the software exactly where you want these secure files to live on your machine. And step 3, hit timestamp video. You'll see a progress bar that keeps you totally in the loop, and you get a very clear confirmation, the exact second your stamped files are ready to go. It's incredibly seamless. Now, since the entire point here is accuracy, I've got a major pro tip for you. Always check the dates table before you hit process. TimeMark Studio gives you this really clear table showing the exact date and time that's about to be permanently stamped onto your files. And here's the best part. If you spot an anomaly or say you need to manually adjust the record for a highly specific reason, you can easily switch to a custom date for any individual file, right there in the table, before you even begin processing.
Moving on to customizing your stamp settings.
So while the basic workflow is brilliantly simple, the software lets you dive deep under the hood. One of the absolute best features here is hardware acceleration. You know how video processing can just completely bog down a computer, right? Well, if you're on a supported system, like an Intel or AMD Windows machine, or literally any Mac, checking this one box uses your graphics card to dramatically increase the processing speed. And if you aren't on a supported system, no worries. It seamlessly follows back to standard LibX 264 software encoding. It's a little bit slower, but it is incredibly reliable.
You also get this incredible granular visual control over the stamp settings themselves. Need bright yellow text with a heavy black outline tucked into the bottom right corner? Done. Want the font to auto-scale, or do you prefer locking in a custom size? You got it. You can define precise timestamp formats, and this is a huge time saver. You can activate parallel jobs to process up to 4 files simultaneously. That is an absolute game changer for large batches. Okay, pause for a second, because with great power comes great responsibility, right? I really need to highlight a very serious data safety warning regarding the delete input files when finished setting. Now, this feature is fantastic for saving space. It automatically trashes your old MTS files once the new MP4s are safely made. But listen to me carefully here. Only use this if your original files are already safely copied to your computer's hard drive. If your input files are still sitting on your camera's SD card, using this setting risks catastrophic, unrecoverable data loss. All right, let's pivot to a scenario we've probably all had nightmares about. Imagine you're out recording crucial footage in the spring, and you suddenly realize you completely messed up the time. What if you forgot to spring forward your camera's clock for daylight saving time? For a professional relying on exact evidentiary timelines, being off by an hour completely ruins the file's integrity. Fortunately, the developers anticipated this and built an entire fixes menu just for these kinds of headaches.
Specifically, they built in the manually set DST fix. Let's say in the spring, instead of toggling DST on in your camera's menu, you just manually bump the clock forward an hour. Believe it or not, that easily throws off your file's internal metadata. This tool effortlessly saves the day by automatically subtracting exactly 1 hour from those specific videos, restoring strict, undeniable accuracy to your timeline.
And of course, the Fixes menu also includes your standard 1-hour adjustments. You can easily bump your timestamp plus 1 hour or minus 1 hour to fix any other general camcorder clock misconfigurations you might stumble across. Just do yourself a favor. After you use these lifesaver tools to fix your files on the computer, go back and verify your actual camcorder settings so you don't repeat the exact same error on your next shoot.
Now let's look at automating your daily workflow.
Automation is where this really shines. The absolute standout here is the Import Today from SD card feature. You click it, and the software automatically grabs today's videos, creates a brand new, dated folder, adds the files, and preps the output. Your only job at that point is to click Timestamp Videos. Boom, done. There's also this brilliant tool that reveals those deeply buried hidden stream folders on your SD card. If you've ever spent 20 minutes hunting for MTS files in a maze of weirdly named folders, you know exactly what a headache saver this is.
Finally, for those of you managing massive mountains of evidence, we have the automatic renaming tool. You can set this up to run automatically the second processing finishes, or you can just trigger it manually. It systematically injects a specific clip number, along with a claimant or integrity tag, directly into your file names. It works beautifully on VDS timestamped files and even lawmate.mov files, which ensures incredibly strict evidentiary tracking across your entire digital archive.
So, to put it all together, TimeMark Studio takes the sheer chaos of raw, potentially vulnerable digital files and completely transforms them. Through precise hardware-accelerated processing, granular visual controls, and really foolproof automation tools, it preserves your highly specific context. It outputs perfectly verified, permanently timestamped files that you can actually rely on, whether you're building a massive legal case or you're just fiercely protecting your own family's history.
Which leaves us with a pretty massive question to wrap up this explainer. Think about the most important video files sitting on your hard drive right now. Seriously, think about them. Are your recorded moments truly secure without a verifiable timestamp? In an age where digital context is literally everything, relying on unverified files might just be a risk you can no longer afford to take. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and I highly encourage you to take a much closer look at exactly how you're preserving your own digital truth.